Yeah, I know all about this. I used to have so much damn energy. Because think about it, preserving your semen, having a super clean diet. I mean, I was fruitarian for over a year, and I was doing fasting all the time. Preserving my semen, exercising, doing yoga, meditation, wasn't hanging out with, I was hanging out with myself, not losing energy almost on any level. Then took it to another level and started doing plant medicine, full of electricity, doing all that. This body, this conduit, it can't handle that. This is not the plane of existence to handle that level of energy. It's impossible. That's what I discovered. Like, you're just not supposed to do that. But it was cool to test the limits, you know? It's like if you have a cheap car and you put a NASA car race engine in it and just start driving it around. You got turbo and nitrous and everything. Man, the car can't handle it. It doesn't have the suspension. That was my problem. I had way too much energy, but I didn't have the suspension. This human body doesn't have the suspension to handle the amount of life force that's hiding inside of a human being. I remember when I read the autobiography of a yogi by Paramahansa Yogananda, he was talking about, he said a line. He said 1 gram of flesh has enough current to run the entire city of Chicago. And that stuck out for me. We got no idea. We just got no idea what's hiding inside this body. And that's part of the game, to discover it. But also, this is what I learned. This is wisdom. Understanding the limitations. You got to understand the limitations so that you can drive this car appropriately. Yeah, that took a while to understand. I was burning out my system by doing too many positive things. Can I say it? Can I tell you like that? There was too much electrical current. It's cold as hell out right now, so you might pick that up in my voice. So I would have to. There was three options that I had to pick one, because otherwise I would just felt like I was going to implode. I had to release this energy somehow, and the three options were orgasm, or eat a bunch of like heavy food, just dull food, because when you eat a bunch of food that's hard to digest, that takes a lot of life force. I've shared about that over and over again. My True Health book will be out in the next few months. I have a feeling that book's going to do pretty good, because I talk a lot on practical level about diet and lifestyle habits and the difference between Western medicine and, holistic medicine, etc. So when you eat a bunch of food, that steals life force. And then a lot of people, that's why they're food addicts. It's like a tranquilizer. They're stressed, and then they want to come down from that anxiety and stress, so they eat, they use eating as a coping mechanism. All right, so that was the second option. Third option was tobacco. Use some tobacco. I don't like smoking it. I never did. I would use, when I was in South America, they had rape. Some of you know about that. It's tobacco powder, and you snort it, or you make tobacco juice. You snort that, or chewing it. If you really want to take it to the highest level, you can drink the juice. But you need pure tobacco. Like, you have to grow it yourself or get it from the Amazon jungle or something, because this store-bought stuff will kill you, So that was the third option. I always chose the third option. I wasn't going to orgasm. I mean, yeah, that would bring me down, but the consequences, the dullness, it was just too poisonous. I just didn't want it. It was just stupid. It just wasn't an option. And then the food, I didn't like that either. That would make me super, just heavy and dull. The consequences were worse. That's why I tell people, you can't be perfect. You got to do something. Some people, at a certain stage, you got to do something to kind of take the edge off. You need some crutch. So I say you find the one that has the least consequences. That's what you do. So for me, it was using the tobacco. And also wising up and backing off this high level energetic lifestyle that I was living. It was too much. The plant medicine and the fasting and eating these high octane fruits and all right. So all this comes in time. Do you see how this is an evolutionary process? Like you have to figure this out. God has created this game like this. You can't read it. You can't just read a book or listen to somebody and then you're just gonna like figure it all out. You have to go through this, go through your life, and then it's no different than a video game. A video game, the character's going through and he gets a key and that gives him access into this building and then he can go, there's levels. The same thing, there's levels to this human game. You can't just find the cheat codes and skip all that. It's like cosmic law doesn't allow it. You can do that in one of these worldly video games. You can buy the cheat codes. But you can't buy your way to waking up. Because God's running the show. He's the programmer. Like you can't bargain with him and get some cheat codes. So my point is, like, chill out. People get all frantic because they are having an issue that they don't know how to deal with. Or they're feeling like, wow, I have too much anxiety, I have insomnia, I can't sleep, or I can't handle this energy, what do I do? And the mind gets frantic. So then starts looking on the internet for cheat codes, techniques. And we live in a world where, because it's all about money now, with the technological age we're in, man, it's gotten crazy now. Like everything, money, money, money. So there's plenty of people who will be happy to try to sell you something and sell you some cheat codes. And we might have to go through that a little bit, and try them and see, oh yeah, it don't work. At first we think, oh yeah, I found it. I found the elixir. Then later it don't work. Then we try some, and then finally you realize, you know what? I need to just have some self-acceptance and accept like this evolutionary process. And learn to be comfortable with, ask God to help you because you don't have the power to do it, clearly. Ask God to help you be comfortable somehow and accept your stage that you're in. Stop trying to be at a higher stage than you're in because it just creates more stress and then that will take you down to a lower stage because of stress. So this is two things. When you're in this evolutionary journey, don't be so, hyper frantic about like trying to get the fix. What's the cheat code? I gotta find the answer. I gotta find the technique. There are none. There just aren't none. So that's one thing you shouldn't do, is just be obsessed with trying to fix yourself so much. Be open to fixing yourself, yeah, and you try to do what you need to do. It's all paradoxical. But you can feel when you're getting too excessive, that it's just causing you brain damage. Trying to jump to the next stage before you're ready to go to the next stage is basically what that is. The other thing, though, that you shouldn't do is justify and rationalize playing small or pretending like your lifestyle habits aren't keeping you low. See, people lie to themselves. No, it's fine. This is actually good. Knowing it's not good. Why? Because they don't know how to deal with the evolution. It's too much pressure and stress for them to be doing things that aren't really good for them, but they can't accept that they're doing things that aren't good for them. So then they lie to themselves and say, no, they're actually good, and look, the doctors say it's good. And you see, that's actually worse. That's the worst out of the two. The ones that are overly obsessed about trying to better themselves, it's a little higher. But still, you need to stop obsessing so much, because you'll see, you can see it now. It's like counterintuitive. It doesn't help you. It's not like making you go higher, faster. No, it's like the opposite. So you find something, you got to work all this out within yourself. You find some power in you that lets you continue striving to evolve while at the same time being relaxed with your evolutionary journey, and not measuring the results so rigidly and with such a critical mind. This is the balance. This is what you need to do. All right, I'll see you.